Hi all, been able to test out Prot Warrior on the War Within beta and been blasting some keys. Want to give you guys my impressions of the spec and how it's feeling to play, especially after the nerfs to tanks today. This is the beta, so some things are subject to change, but with the release being a little over a month away, we've got a pretty good idea of what the spec's going to feel like. I'm going to just touch on the changes coming mostly, like hero talents, tier set, how it feels to play, and just my overall thoughts. If you guys have any questions or want to share your thoughts, leave them down below. Let's start with hero talents. Both of our hero talent choices, Colossus and Mountain Thane, feel pretty good to be honest. Both will be viable and pretty high content, but I do have a personal favorite which I'll talk about in a sec. Colossus feels very solid overall. Really cool choice nodes, one being Mountain of Muscle and Scars, which just sounds awesome. It literally makes you stronger offensively and defensively, and then best of all, makes you bigger by 5%, which is just so cool. Demolish, which is our new main channeled ability. It does a series of blows and makes us immune to stuns and knockbacks. We also take less damage while using it. There's definitely gonna be some cool tech to use on certain mechanics in Mythic Plus and Raid, but we're gonna have to see what those will be. Demolish hits like a truck, and that's in Prot. I was getting a couple crits of 1.5 to 2 million each time I was using it, which is absolutely absurd. And it's a top damage ability when we run it and use it when it's off CD. The rest of the tree gives us damage increases, some more survivability, self-healing, which is great, specifically with No Stranger to Pain, which buffs our ignore pain by 15%, or Veteran Vitality, which gives us self-healing if you fall below 35% HP every 60 seconds. Also, Earthquaker was kind of a sick to knock enemies up in the air with our Shockwave. Mountain Thane, though, is my favorite. Literally causes your main abilities to summon down lightning on enemies, and your Thunderclap becomes Thunder Blast. The Thunderclaps and blasts you get makes you feel like Thor. It's so satisfying to smack groups of enemies with lightning coming down in huge damage numbers. A lot of the tree has to do with lightning strikes and Thunder Blast giving us extra benefits like extra rage, reduce cooldown on shield slams, even has a chance to give us Avatar for 4 seconds. We also get a nice option for a little more CC with Stormbolts, allowing Stormbolt to hit 2 more targets, or having Intervene protect a teammate from magic damage, which is super cool, especially in high keys this season. Mountain Thane just feels super smooth to play. I always have rage. The thunder coming down from the sky when I smash the ground, it's just so satisfying. For our tier set, it's okay. Basically buffs our Shield Slam for more damage and damage reduction. Also, Shield Slam critical strikes buff Thunderclap and Revenge to do 8% more damage, which is especially nice for Mountain Thane. We don't have a ton of changes defensively besides having more shield block uptime, being a little bit stronger with our hero talent choices, and buffing our utility toolkit. It feels solid. Honestly, I think Warrior didn't need a lot to change defensively. I think we've been in a really great spot for a long time in Dragonflight. I think that carried over. Unfortunately, we did get tank nerfs at the time of recording the 17th on this. Tank nerfs across the board for everyone. We didn't get hit as hard as Prot Pally or Blood DK, but you definitely notice a difference. There's some parts in some of these dungeons that I'm gonna have to, you have to sit in defensive stance to basically live. Now this could be subject to change. Again, we're also only like 580, 585 eye level right now. We're capped at that in the beta. So hopefully that changes. Again, I'm hoping a lot of these changes for the tanks actually get rolled back or something. I don't think that was a good direction. But we'll see. But you're still feeling pretty damn solid, especially in comparison to a couple other tanks. Prot feels pretty damn good still, even after the nerfs. Still hoping they roll those back though, but probably going to want to prioritize more choice nodes to help with surviving. Prioritizing ignore pain, shield block uptime, defensive stance, being in the right stance at the right time. Rotating your defensives is going to be much more vital when you're pushing some harder content or if you're struggling. If you've played it, if you played Prot Warrior and Dragonflight and you liked it, the playstyle is going to be pretty damn similar to that. With some added flair and damage, which I love. I really love Prot Warrior and Dragonflight. It was one of my main tank specs for multiple seasons. Probably one of my favorite pug tanks ever. Colossus hero talents make you feel like a huge freaking monster, and you hit like a massive truck with Demolish. And Mountain Thane makes you feel like a thunder god, which I freaking love. Class Fantasy is definitely there with these hero talents. Honestly, very happy with how Prot Warrior is feeling. Even with the kind of boring tier set, I'll definitely be playing it the War Within Season 1, probably being one of my main, if not my main, going into it so far. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll have a lot more videos covering different specs and classes and more for the War Within, so hit that sub button and keep an eye out for those. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.